All right. What's going on? So I just got outside, did a bunch of spring cleaning, cleaned up the whole yard, threw away a bunch of old stuff that was hanging around the yard that didn't need to be there, picked up around the garage area, and I pressure washed my whole porch, which really, really needed it. And now I'm just enjoying the sun on the porch. Uh, so about a year ago, I started doing Jiu-Jitsu for real in a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu school. And I've done, you know, a little bit of rolling, a little bit of boxing and stuff like that just for fun and kind of on the side, playing around with it growing up and throughout the years. But I never really knew what it actually was like to be in a consistent, steady class. When I walked into jujitsu class last year, I thought this would be cool. Pick up a hobby, something I can do on the side to keep me in shape, keep me flexible, maybe learn a little bit. Um, but I was not prepared for the kind of commitment that it would take, the dedication it would take, and the whole lifestyle change of it. Because if you're going into jujitsu thinking that it's just something you can do on the side and pick up a class here and there, you're going to find out pretty quickly if you really get into it that it's just not an option. It's not so much of something that you can just do for a while and learn and then stop and then be like, oh, I know jujitsu now. It's really, it's a practice. It's why it's a martial art. It's a lifestyle. It's it's kind of like a Buddhist practice too. It's gonna be a lifelong commitment. It's a lifelong journey for you. When you realize how long it takes to learn anything in there well and have it mastered, and how long it takes to really become skilled, it puts it into perspective for you. You realize pretty quickly that this isn't just something that you can kind of half-ass, and you have to put a lot of effort into it to get even slightly better. And it's very, very humbling. When I went in there, honestly had the thought in my head that I was going to be able to. I was like, when they see what I can do, they're going to want to give me a blue belt or something right away. They're going to be like, this guy's ready for the next level. I thought you had some type of, you could rely on some type of natural talent or something. It's like it doesn't matter how naturally strong or good at wrestling or whatever you are. The people that have been doing it for years and know the techniques are just going to be 20 times better than you in every way. And they will be for years of you trying and trying to get there. And that's what makes it a commitment to the craft. So, in my first week there, I was constantly finding out that even the skinny guys and the smaller guys and even some of the girls and even some kids would just whoop me and bend me up like a pretzel and put me in positions I can't get out of. And when you have a 110-pound person sitting on you in mount and you can't do anything about it, it's very humbling. You're like, okay, maybe I'm not this badass that I thought I was. So going in and starting jujitsu has completely changed my life, and so much for the better. And I think the main reason is because it's a physical practice that allows me to, kind of like yoga, every day I'm in there, I'm putting my body in challenging and uncomfortable positions and having to sit in that position for a long period of time and not panic and not get uncomfortable and not freak out and just breathe with it. Think about what you're doing when you do that. Think about what you're doing when you do a really uncomfortable yoga pose. You're doing mountain pose or something, or horse stance, and you're holding it for a long period of time, maybe a minute straight, and you're burning so bad. Your legs are on fire. You're shaking. Your stomach hurts. You're sweating. You can barely hold it anymore, but you're just breathing. You're learning to be calm under tension. Doing that as a practice every single day is so crucial for helping with anxiety and fear and stress. It's just teaching you every day to be calm under stress. by using your body and putting your body in uncomfortable positions to simulate that stress. If you can do that with your body, you can do it with your emotions and your thoughts too. But most of the time in jiu-jitsu, you're just being put, or you're putting somebody in a very uncomfortable position and staying there and holding there and breathing and relaxing until you can find a way out, or you have to tap or they have to tap. But that's the gist of it most of the time. So really what you're doing, the most important skill in jiu-jitsu is probably learning to be calm under pressure and in uncomfortable positions. Of course, then you get into, knowing what position you're going to shoot for next, or the angles you want to make, and what the goal of your movements are. But one of the most important skills, if you can master being calm under tension and pressure, then that applies to so many different aspects of your life. And that's what it's done for me. Since I've been doing it, I was already getting better with anxiety. It was already going away. But since I started doing jiu-jitsu consistently and frequently and regularly and putting a lot of effort into it and learning everything and really, really trying to up my game, I've just naturally noticed how much calmer I've been and less anxious I've been. And I think that's a testament to what I'm doing in there. I really do. And I think that's an amazing thing about it. So I highly recommend doing something like that for everybody, whether it be martial arts or yoga or meditation or something. That can all help you, because what you're doing is you're using your body in a way to promote calmness and anti-stress. And not to mention the fact that you're getting together in a social way. There's a lot of other people that'll be in the class, and you're surrounding yourself with people who have the mindset that they want to improve in certain areas and help each other improve. And meeting those people and being able to socialize with them, and you get to have a little group, and it's nice. People that aren't going to want to go out and get drunk all the time and stuff, because I mean, if I'm hanging out with those people, then I'm going to do that too. I'm like that, I'm I'm capable of I have a tendency to just want to do what everybody else is doing a little bit because I'm social, you know. Uh, for a social person, I'm looking for reasons to hang out, places to hang out, and if I can something I enjoy that a other group also enjoys, I'll kind of mold to that too. If I have a lot of friends that are playing disc golf at the time, I might end up being obsessed with disc golf for a while because it's a reason to hang out. But that's all I really want to talk about today was how something like jiu-jitsu can change your life. And it's also given me something to commit to for a long term that I'm not getting immediate reward from. I'm not getting instant gratification. It's not giving me some instant dopamine release. I'm going in there and I'm torturing myself every time. My body is being punished and put in very uncomfortable positions and I'm losing. I'm losing every single day. I'm in there it's like the minute I feel like I'm doing better at this, I go in and I'm getting smashed, or it's like, oh, wow, I thought I had that down and I guess I didn't. So you're learning to live with this losing every single day. And it builds so much resilience. Not just for the fact that you're sitting through those uncomfortable positions, but learning to live with that losing every day and that failure that you keep having, and getting up and moving on from it and learning from it every time. It builds so much resilience. It can just spill over in every other aspect of your life. You're going to be so much more prepared to do other things. So if you have any kids that are young and they want something to get into, I think jiu-jitsu is an excellent thing for them. Sports in general, but I think that one specifically is just so important, because not only are you learning a sport, you're learning a martial art, you're learning a self-defense discipline, and it gives them confidence to be able to stand up for themselves or protect others. and to know when and where to use force and to apply their techniques, and not to be bullies or assholes to people for no reason. They're able to they recognize that they have a certain skill set now, and they know not to just kids know not to just use it in a negative way. Um, Whereas otherwise, if a kid doesn't have any type of training in that sense whatsoever, they might just think it's okay to harm people or attack people or bully people or try to be Mr. Tough. But when you do jiu-jitsu, you find out pretty quick that you're not a tough guy anywhere, even if you're a black belt, because you might go up against somebody with a gun or a knife or something, and they could just stab you or shoot you and you're dead. So uh, it's about giving you the best advantage you can, and being able to say that you did get into a situation where there was a shooter or a guy with a gun, knife type of situation, and you wanted to help out. Um, it teaches you not to just take the person down and break their neck and kill them, and then spend the next few months going to court, and you end up in jail because even though you're doing self-defense, you hurt somebody, and they sued you, or you killed them. Um, it teaches you to take somebody down, restrain them, keep them under control until somebody arrives that can take care of it safely and legally, which is very important too. I mean, you can't just get into a fight these days. First of all, because people don't fight like they used to. People now will they'll just curb stomp you to death or something, or get like 7 of their friends to just shoot you. Um, but so you don't want to even get in a fight ever. Getting into a fight is stupid. It's moronic. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't prove you're tough if you win a fight. Anybody can get lucky and catch somebody in the jaw and knock them out, and they could just die, and then your life is ruined because you had to show off. But if it's necessary, the best thing to do is avoid going to extremes. Just get somebody under control and held in control until police arrive, or somebody that can diffuse the situation legally and safely. Because there are laws, and people's lives get ruined by little mistakes and not following them. And that's just the way it is. Um, but anyway, jiu-jitsu, very good. And it will change your life if you let it, if you stick with it. You have to pick something and stick with it. I've had a million interests my whole life. I don't know if it's a astrological thing, but I can't just pick one thing. I'm obsessed with. I get obsessed with different things all the time. And I'm a musician and a skateboarder and a jiu-jitsu and working out and doing crafts and building and writing and so many things. It's like I'm never bored because there's a million things I want to do. I never mastered any of it. So if you're the kind of person that can just pick one thing and buckle down and master it, just do that. Just grab that one thing and go and become elite. I envy you because I've never been able to get elite at anything because I keep jumping around. I have too many interests. But this is one of those things that you can really dedicate yourself to, and it might take you 5 years before you're even decent. It's just insane, the skill curve. But it's one of those things that if you do stick with it and you become decent, you'll never regret it, Never regret it. It's an incredible skill to know. I have a long way to go in my journey, but what I've learned so far and what I know now, it's amazing. And yeah, highly recommend it to everybody. I guess we can leave it at that today. Be a short one. All right, thanks.